let me officially start this meeting and the presentation of the activity of the Life Beyond Tourism movement and the initiative Back to Life, and also express the thanks of the Kyrgyz State University of Construction, Transportation and Architecture to take part in this meeting and to join the network of universities that are participating and sharing this idea. And this network is a group of university that is increasing day by day. As example, right now I am preparing the Life Beyond Tourism info kit for the Magnitogorsk State Technical University, who will accept it and share and would like to involve their students in this project. So, and it is, again, let me remark that it is an idea that day by day, week by week is involving universities belonging to our network and agree in involving their students in the challenge, let's say, in the task of giving an own vision of their cultural identity. Because through the eyes of the young generation, we can create a visibility of the sites, of the heritage sites in the world under the principles that move the foundation since its constitution. I think that is the promotion of mutual respect between different cultures, between different countries, and to realize a better world where people can really understand the diversity and respect it. So, and of course, fields like culture, architecture, environment, tourism are really important to launch this message, because the heritage can be really a useful and an important tool for spurring young generation in realizing how much beauty the diversity in the world is, and how much it could serve for creating a better world to live. So again, I would like again to thank you for your participation, because this is a new brand initiative that the foundation and the Life Beyond Tourism movement are launching. And we are very glad that Kyrgyz State University of Civil Engineering, Transportation and Architecture agreed to participate. With you, we signed a memorandum of understanding since 2014. And I am glad that after 7 years, we are going on with our collaboration. So, again, let me also remark, yes, Belek, you want to say something?
One question for you.
Yes.
I want to speak about translate for translated all of them.
Yes, please.
It's possible, Anastasia Kalaburda, just translate your speech. No.
Yes, I think so.
For our students.
Yes, of course. Now, according to the program, the floor is yours, and so if you would like to deliver some words, you can do it. And Anastasia, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Simona. Yeah.
Okay, so I invite Belek to say some words and to stop from time to time in order to allow Anastasia to have the translation.
Okay, yes. Yes, I'll try to help you. Okay.
Belek, the floor is yours.
Белек, пожалуйста.
Я хотел бы определить форму нашего общения, поскольку у нас, в общем-то, наши студенты, ну, в большинстве своем русскоязычные, то есть не англоязычные. И очень сложно будет как бы им уловить ту нить без перевода. Может быть, это будет какой-то перевод текстом, либо с какой-то паузой.
Yes, so Simone, we'd like to articulate what's going to be the form of our conversation today, because most of the students from the Kyrgyz State University are Russian speaking. So we have to clarify, starting from now, what's going to be the translation. Is it going to be a translation, or is it going to be in a text form? And I think we have to say about the presentation that we prepared in Russian.
Yes, that's it, dear Belek. My presentation will be in English. Don't forget that the language of the festival will be English, and all the outcomes will be prepared in English. But my presentation display in PowerPoint will be in Russian. So while I am talking in English, all the people attending this meeting can see my presentation, what I say in the screen in Russian. Thanks to Anastasia.
Ну, прежде всего, Белек, у нас весь проект завязан на английском языке, и все итоговые проекты будут представлены именно на этом языке. Симона сейчас будет говорить на английском языке, но мы специально для нашей встречи подготовили презентацию из 46 слайдов, где все то, о чем будет говорить Симона, будет на английском языке, на русском языке, извините. Вот, поэтому в текстовой форме то, о чем вы говорите, информация будет. Я думаю, что она поможет нам в коммуникации сегодня.
While for Corina presentation, we will go with step by step, and Corina prepared interesting slides that are expressing very well the content of her presentation. And Anastasia, of course, will help us.
Да, в случае с презентацией Карины у нас будет несколько другая ситуация. Мы поэтапно будем проходить ее информацию. Вот, я думаю, что я в этом случае буду пытаться помогать, вот, но у Карины презентация такая более визуальная, она будет представлять все через визуальный материал. Мне кажется, что там нам будет легче понимать даже без языка.
But let me emphasize again, dear Bilek, that the final outcomes, the cultural storytelling and the posters and all the descriptions of the Kyrgyz cultural identity must be in English for being well disseminated in the world.
Но позвольте еще раз отметить, что все итоговые работы ваших студентов, все будет представлено, должно быть, во всяком случае, представлено на английском языке, потому что такова цель проекта, и именно так эта информация, эти проекты будут распространяться в рамках нашей сети. То есть это будет международный уровень, нам нужен в этом смысле английский язык.
Окей.
Okay, so do you want to say something, dear Bilek?
No.
Okay.
I have a small speech, but for our program, first Simone, and after Karina, and after me, and after Gauhar.
Yes, exactly. So I would like now, if you agree, dear Bilek, I would like to pass the floor to Madam Gauhar Halmurzaeva, if she would like to say some words.
Thank you. In Russian. Дорогие друзья, позвольте поблагодарить вас за предоставленную возможность нашему институту поучаствовать в интересном проекте. И я очень надеюсь, что это будет будет познавательно и увлекательно для всех наших студентов, задействованных в команде Института архитектуры и дизайна. И позвольте выразить признательность всем вам за то, что вы помогаете нам распространять и внедрять идеи сохранения культурного и архитектурного наследия.
Гаухар, у вас фон идет какой-то?
Нет, у нас нет фона.
Фона нет?
Нет, никакого фона.
Гаухар, у вас, наверное, помехи звуковые. Может быть, как-то можно микрофон настроить, да. Потому что мы слышим на фоне помехи. Очень плохо слышно и переводчика, и вас.
Сейчас слышно?
Чуть-чуть лучше. Но вот первый раз, когда говорила Гаухар изначально, звук намного лучше был.
А теперь слышно?
Слышно, давайте попробуем. Но так.
Но идет фон сильный.
Yeah, probably the microphone too low.
Yeah.
So Anastasia, can you make a resume of the message by Madame Gauhar?
Let's try, yes. So Gauhar is expressing her gratitude to us being the partners and gratitude for the opportunity to participate in this project and for students of architecture department and design to apply their skills, and also just the opportunity to realize some of the projects. And I think this is just a word of thank you from Gauhar Halmurzayeva.
Thank
you, Anastasia.
So you can, would you want to continue, Madame Gauhar?
What?
Вы бы хотели еще продолжить?
From me.
That's fine. It's finished.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I want to tell you, Simone.
Yes.
About my speech. It's a short time.
Yes, sure.
Russian or English. I have two variants.
Oh, if English is better, of course.
Okay. Dear Simone Giametti, Mrs. Karina and colleagues and our students of Kyrgyz, I am glad to welcome you at today's meeting organized by the International Foundation of Romualda Derbianka, the Union of Architects of Kyrgyz Republic, and the Institute of Architecture of Kyrgyz. Friendly and teachers and students of the architecture faculties of Kyrgyz. For the first time in the teaching practice were able to visit Florence and participate in student master classes on a par with students from European countries. Later agreements on cooperation we consulted between the Romualda Derbianka Foundation and Bishkek University. The diploma projects of our graduates took part in the competition of the best students projects in Florence and were awarded with diplomas and certificates from the foundation. The bust of the greatest artist and architect Leonardo da Vinci was donated by the Romualda Derbianka Foundation to the Faculty of Architecture, Design and Construction of KRSU. I hope that the same bust of the great genius will appear within the walls of Kyrgyzstan. In 2015, the Union of Architects of Kyrgyzstan signed an agreement to promote the cultural initiatives of the Forest Foundation in our republic. And there, architects Alanbek Abdrahimov, Fidel Miankulov, Dushen Omuralev, Yuri Smirnov, Belek Sarmsakov, and Tulan Trayapov, and others prepared an exhibition of the for architects, reflecting various areas and creative activities of graduates of the Kyrgyz Architectural School. Exhibited in the name, whole name of architect Alexei Shkayev, our compatriot, who is not with us. Our former Kyrgyz architect Sergei Belyanchikov and Olga Bagrintseva, who now live and work in St. Petersburg, also took part in this exhibition. Today, online meeting between the Romualda Delbianka Foundation, the Union of Architects of Kyrgyzstan, and the Institute of Architecture and Design of Kyrgyzstan is another confirmation of continuation of our joint work and various cultural projects of foundation, carrying the creative spirit of Florence around the world. Thank you.
Коллеги, если не против, проверим звук. Сейчас нормально идет?
Thank you very much, dear Belek, for reminding us how much close our collaboration are.
Yes.
So, Madam Gaukar, you want to say something?
Это была проверка звука.
Гаухар, он спрашивает, ты хочешь что-то сказать, дополнить?
Я слышала, меня слышно?
Да, вас слышно. Сейчас лучше.
Да, я хотела поблагодарить еще фонд Ромуальда Дельянка за то, что они оказали честь и памяти нашего бывшего директора господина Шкаева Алексея Сергеевича сохранили память о нем, кабинет, комнату, посвященную его связям и его усилиям, которые он приложил для того, чтобы соединить наш университет и фонд Ромуальда Дельянка. Я надеюсь, что нынешнее наше сотрудничество будет таким же плодотворным.
Anastasia?
Excuse me, was it me translating or the girl, the translator from Gauhar?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. So we're very glad to have you here, and also thank you for reminding the ex-director of the university, and also you also honored by saying his place and still remember him. So thank you for this.
Okay, so shall I start with my presentation, I guess, and I thank you for your messages of friendship and collaboration. Now I try to share my video that as I told you before, for the utility of your student will be in Russia, and I of course will say my words in English, because my Russian is really poor. Okay, so let me share with you the video. Okay, so I am okay. Do you see my video?
Yes, sure.
Yes, Simona.
Okay, so welcome again to everybody to the first Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue Info Day in the Kyrgyz State University of Construction, Transportation and Architecture, named after Izanov. And of course, thanks very heartfelt from the Union of Architecture of the Kyrgyz Republic. And I will remind you shortly that the Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue movement has been born for promoting knowledge between countries of different culture and contributing to the affirmation of the universal values such as respect, harmony among people, knowledge, mutual knowledge and respect, and dialogue. And starting from that principle, our vision is building peace in the world through heritage, thanks to the importance of the attraction of the capacity of the heritage and the travel, the importance of the hospitality, and the importance of communicate properly each own cultural identity as a mean for protecting the spirit of the place. And our mission in details is to promote the knowledge of the diversity of the cultural expressions of the territories in the world. So let me, okay, great. And now let's go on. This is an evidence and representation of the internship that the foundation and the movement, the Life Beyond Tourism movement, have activated over the last 20 years. And of course, Augusta is one of our important partners. In other words, what we are saying is a sort has created is to create a sort of a connection between the three important UNESCO conventions: 1972, that created the World Heritage Convention; 2003 for the safeguarding of intangible heritage, and 2005 the protection of the diversity of the cultural expressions. And under this umbrella, the Life Beyond Tourism movement has created a theoretical and a scientific approach, and has also added a system of practical application in order to favor a new form of human and economic progress. In other words, Life Beyond Tourism proposes a new ethical, cultural, and commercial vision of heritage site, in consideration of the fact that heritage site attracts people that are coming from all over the world. And it is also an opportunity to preserve and enhance the local tradition and the contemporary art and culture of the places. And above all, it's an important way to inspire the minds, emotion, and behavior of young generation and travelers toward the openness to knowledge and to intercultural dialogue. So this is a representation of what we don't want that the cultural heritage serves. This is not the right way. And allow me to show you a short video that we have recently prepared, and let me invite you to concentrate on the let's say keywords that we have activated, that are displayed in this video. Okay, let's going back again to my presentation, if I'm able. Okay, here you are. Okay, go on. So, with our activity, we would like to relaunch the territories, the cultural expressions of our places that must be protected. And we think that this is an opportunity to favor awareness and sense of belongings and ownership of the place, sharing knowledge and inclusiveness to feed the culture of encounter. That's also to favor a better quality of relationship between presence, heritage, citizen, travelers, residents, and in solidarity with the territory. To favor also an adequate number of visitor and extension of stay, and to struggle against the hitherto prevalent consumeristic oriented viewpoint of heritage sites and identity, and privilege a people-centered approach, and to privilege also the quality of travel experience and the benefit for destination communities over the quantity of tourism. What we are saying that the program Life Beyond Tourism is not tourism. It is primarily a commitment in increasing the region's awareness and interest of young people in local cultural identity and their capacity in contributing to the attractiveness and fruition of the sites they live and work, and to the cohesive territorial development based on a mutual respect and intercultural dialogue between local communities and the visitor community. So, some inspiring images that confirm our mission. And then let's go on with our tools, what we activated to achieve these principles. Then the first and most important one is the portal Life Beyond of the Life Beyond Tourism movement. That's probably and hopefully many of you will learn how to use in coming time. And the second leverage that we activated to achieve our mission are the Life Beyond Tourism Info Point network. That it is an international network of universities like yours, where we would like to offer the opportunity to be an active part of a program of continuous growth and international exchange on common and urgent themes linked to the enhancement and identity of the regions, but also to give at the same time a concrete and participatory tools to young people for a holistic and evolving vision of global society, starting from the protection of the identity of the place. And of course, to favor internationalization, mobility, training, and job opportunities. So this is a first representation of the Life Beyond Tourism network. I mean, the universities that are taking part in this program. And of course, we are glad that Bishkek is also, in Kyrgyzstan, is also represented by your universities. These are some pictures of previous Life Beyond Tourism Info Point in Ivanov, in Russia, but also in Riga, in Daham, in UK, and in Vilnius, and in Tambov, and also in Tolyatti, and also in Baku, and then in the Lodz. Those are some of the universities that are currently engaging themselves in and their students with their students in presenting, studying, and then presenting the cultural identity and the cultural expressions of their territories. And this is just a list, preliminary list of the other universities and cultural institutions that we are expecting will join soon this project of the Life Beyond Tourism info point network. And Back to Life is the name of this project. Back to Life and Revitalization of Places post-COVID-19. Because again, we believe that now it's time for a new presentation of the territories through the eyes of the young generation, to whom we ask to give an own interpretation of the culture of the place that they live. Let me emphasize that cultural expressions is under the definition of UNESCO are those expressions that result from the creativity of the individuals, group and societies, and that have a cultural content. In coming days, we will ask to the students from Kyrgyz, under the leadership of their tutor, to provide a storytelling of the cultural expressions of their countries. And also to share with not only with the foundation and the movement, but also with all the other universities that are taking part in the project. And because we believe that this could be a way to share identity and sense of place and engender a sense of belongs and ownership, especially in young generation, against the massification created by the globalization. Not only, but we think that through the enthusiasm of young people, we can also engage local community and then contribute to foster income generating capacities of the local cultural expressions. So let me remind that for local cultural expressions, we also would like to refer to artisan, local products, common saying, typical foods, but also anche monuments, works of art, and other things and aspects and heritage that embody the spirit of your place. So again, today we, let's say, celebrate the starting of collaboration with Kyrgyz in the project Back to Life, revitalization of places post-COVID-19. And which are the steps of this project? This program is articulated in different activities in which students are deeply involved and benefit of learning, interaction, visibility, mobility, and final certificate that they receive. The first step is to hosting a Life Beyond Tourism Info Day and the photo exhibition Florence in the World in Florence. I think, dear Madam Halmurzaeva, you have, thanks also to Mr. Belek, we have received at last the shipment containing the books and the exhibition Florence in the World in Florence, that we are proud to donate to you in order to show to the students this exhibition, that it is the way we have interpreted the Florence and surrounding identity through the Life Beyond Tourism methodology. After the first step, the second one is to allow your students to attending the e-learning Life Beyond Tourism, Travel to Dialogue, Heritage as a Builder of Peace. And let me again remark that you all are invited to attend, and for the reason why Kyrgyzstan is an affiliate member of the movement, and we are of course glad of it, all the students can attend for free this e-learning course created by Corinna Del Bianco, PhD, and she later will give some short insights of that course. The third step is the most important one. It's up to you. You will, after having learned the spirit of Life Beyond Tourism, your working groups will be invited to select a particular place in Kyrgyzstan and to create and produce a cultural storytelling where you are free to show, describe, and depict which are the most meaningful aspects from your point of view and from the Life Beyond Tourism point of view that you have learned. The final step, it is the participation of Kyrgyzstan working groups to the international festival that we are creating and organizing for fall 2021. As you can imagine, we are still in progress because only in current days the situation seems to be better and better. In few days, we will issue and send to you the call for participation or to this festival with all the details. And of course, we really hope that you and your students could come to Florence and present to the other participants the achievements and the outcomes of your work. Florence in the World, the exhibition that we have sent to you, here you are, and let me shortly say that it's a way to present under the Life Beyond Tourism perspective the Florence and its surroundings. And from the technical point of view, it is 42 original shots by Corinna depicting architecture, colors, building products, and views of Florence and surrounding. What is really particular is that each poster is endowed of the NFC chip to connect the visitor directly to a web page on Life Beyond Tourism, just using their mobile. So it is a sort of, how can I say, augmented information capacities of these each poster. And here you are some poster. And of course, this will be also the term of reference for you to produce the posters devoted to Kyrgyzstan. And these are what happen if you make your mobile phone closer to each panel. These screens appears, and browsing the net you can get further informations about the poster and what is depicted. Of course, also the exhibition is spreading out in different parts of the world. This is the description of what we are just living on right now in this moment, the Life Beyond Tourism Info Day, that the main purpose is to explain to you and your students what we are expecting from your university to take part in these projects and to contribute altogether to the local heritage promotion and enhancement and to the local sustainable development. But it is doing so, it is also a way to promote the knowledge between different countries and culture and also dialogue. The third step, as I mentioned you before, is the next step is also to attend our e-learning course on life beyond tourism. And this is, again, let me emphasize, is for free for you. I will provide later you with a special code that will grant you with a free access to all the students that are interested. And it's a 2 hours long, divided in 3 modules. I here have a short description, but Corinna later will tell you something more. But again, that course is aimed to provide to all your students as the vision and the principle that move the life beyond tourism movement. And because we would like that students, while producing the cultural storytelling of their place, will try to implement what they learn from life beyond tourism in their work. And these are some parts of the cultural storytelling that we are asking you to present, and with a short description of the area with map, picture, a description of the city, town, if there are, of course, points of cultural interest, itineraries, custom, tradition, local festival, gastronomy, speciality, but many other aspects. It was not possible to enlist everything here. What it is important is that you provide an original, authentic description of what do you mean, what represent for you your territory and your culture. And here you are, the final step of the project, the festival in Florence, where you will be invited to present some posters with the same format of the exhibition dedicated to Florence, and together with the research, according to special guideline that I will care in sending to you in time. So all universities that will take part in this festival will create a sort of ideal worldwide intersection of cultural identities, nurturing the desire of knowledge, prospects, and dialogue, and prompting the post-pandemic travel for values, for territorial resilience and cohesiveness. This is the final outcome of our Back to Live project. And with the list, these are some expected results of the participation in these projects. Again, to spur the awareness, the cultural awareness of young generation, the importance to involve local community, the importance to contribute the international visibility of your territory. And so on. We are pretty at the end of my presentation. But again, let me emphasize that we do trust in young generation, that from our point of view can design and give a renewed identity to their place, to promote their international visibility and to give them a new attractiveness, to restore them to life during this period of transition. Let me show you shortly. This is the place where the exhibition will be held in the Centro Congressi al Duomo, which is in the very historical downtown of Florence, few meters far from the cathedral, the main square. And here there will be the presentation of the works of the students of all the universities that are taking part. And I just conclude with one example of storytelling produced by a group of Georgian students from the new Higher Educational Institute in Tbilisi, devoted to the region of Kvemo-Kartli. And this is the working group of the student back to life. So I have concluded my presentation, and I of course thank you all for having listened my presentation. If there are some questions, you are welcome. However, me, together with Professor Halmozayeva, Professor Sarmisakov, and we will be side by side in coming weeks for collaborating in your activity. I thank you very much.
Simona, shall I briefly translate your invitation to have questions to the colleagues?
Yes, sure.
Коллеги, спасибо вам за внимание. Если у вас есть вопросы, предлагаю воспользоваться возможностью и задать их Симоне, потому что следующая презентация у нас будет с другим спикером.
Спасибо большое за презентацию. И у нас у всех при просмотре сообщений от фонда возник один и тот же вопрос. То есть в каком формате мы будем отсылать вам нашу работу? То есть мы бы хотели отсылать все-таки в электронной версии. И как это будет выглядеть? То есть презентация в PowerPoint вас устроит?
So Simona, there is a question about first of all, thank you for the presentation from Gauhar. And the question is, what is going to be the format of the final students' work? Should it be a digital form, like a PDF or PowerPoint presentation? Or is it going to be something else? I think we have to clarify this one.
Yes. There are three outcomes. The first one, and the most important, is the storytelling. I say text, picture, videos, drawings, according to a special guideline that I will send you, and that describe the sites in Kyrgyzstan that you would like. You can...
Вообще существует три формы работы, которые нужно будет прислать в рамках плана действий. Симона пришлет еще их вам более детальные, но прежде всего речь будет идти о storytelling. Это повествование. Это то, что вы со студентами соберете в виде текста, картинок, какого-то места наследия в Кыргызстане.
The second work is to produce a number of posters, probably 3 posters. Now I will explain, in the same format of the posters of the exhibition of Florence. These 3 posters with 3 pictures each should summarize the storytelling that they have previously produced.
Значит, следующий этап, второй, это создание таких постеров, которые, по сути дела, соберут и как-то суммируют информацию, которую вы предоставите в рамках повествования текстового. И формат, по сути дела, повторяет выставку о Флоренции, которую вы получили, которую описывал сейчас Симоне. Это 3 панели и с 3 фотографиями на каждом, то есть 3 постера и 3 фотографии. Вот такой формат как бы задается для вот этого следующего этапа, второго.
Let me say that all these explanation will be contained in the call for participation to the festival that we are issuing and sending in coming days.
Все детали, все описание и требования будут высланы вам чуть-чуть позже, когда мы будем делать рассылку с приглашением поучаствовать в этом фестивале.
Let me say that, however, the cultural storytelling will be not lost, because we will print the poster with the NFC code, and in Florence, whomever will get the mobile phone closer to the Kyrgyz poster can read all the cultural storytelling that the students have prepared.
То повествование, текстовая работа, первая, о которой мы говорили, и которую студенты предоставят, не потеряется в рамках следующих этапов, потому что у нас есть технология NFC. Это такой код, который позволяет через мобильный телефон открыть какую-то страницу в интернете. Вот, и, соответственно, если студенты публикуют свою работу повествовательную о каком-то регионе, то через NFC-код на физической выставке можно зайти на эту веб-страничку и посмотреть.
And the final work, let's say, the third one, is the presentation of 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, that could be in PDF or PowerPoint, to be delivered in Florence or online if they decide they can't come, describing the picture that they presented in Florence, the poster they presented in Florence, and in general, the work that they have produced for attending this festival.
Да, финальная третья работа — это непосредственно презентация 10-15 минут, соответственно, либо в PDF-формате, либо PowerPoint, о котором вы говорите. Это либо будет происходить во Флоренции, либо будет в онлайн-формате. И это такое, ну, подведение итогов, по сути, той работы, тех 2 работ, которые предоставят ребята, и постеров, и повествования.
So I am going to send in coming days to Madam Galmerzaeva 2 documents: the guideline for perusing the storytelling and the call for participation for sending the material for the Florence Festival.
Вскоре мы вам пришлем 2 документа. Первый будет инструкция непосредственно к созданию вот этого повествования культурного, подготовки веб-страницы, по сути. И второй документ будет рассылка приглашения к участию, где будут поэтапно расписаны ну вот, шаги принятия участия в самом фестивале.
Все. Другой вопрос, пожалуйста.
Уважаемые друзья, здесь на связи находятся руководители 5 выпускающих кафедр, коллеги. Вы можете задать интересующие вас вопросы. Прошу.
Анастасия.
So Gauhar is actually inviting her colleagues to participate and ask questions. Да, друзья, если у вас есть вопросы, я очень советую воспользоваться возможностью. Давайте общаемся.
Okay, I think maybe again Other question can be addressed to me at any time, and I will be delighted to answer. Let me again come back to the program and now invite Corinna Del Bianco to deliver her presentation, and with the help of Anastasia, she will translate the most important aspects of her presentation. Corinna, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. So Anastasia, thank you. I will make short sentences so that, and then I will stop. If I'm too fast, please stop me.
Okay, okay.
So thank you very much. I'm really happy to see you again after 7 years, actually. So a pretty long time.
Спасибо. Okay. Спасибо вам большое. Я вас очень рада видеть. Прошло 7 лет.
And I will briefly comment on the exhibition, just to clarify a little bit more.
Карина вкратце прокомментирует выставку, чтобы несколько уточнить ее.
So when I was asked to make the representation of the Florentine territory, I was thinking about my competences and my background and my tools. So it's a very personal representation.
Когда к Карине обратились с тем, чтобы она подготовила выставку, все-таки она как автор обращалась к своей сфере компетенций и тех инструментов, которые она использует. Поэтому это персональный характер выставки.
So I'm an architect, as your students, so probably we will not be so far from each other in looking at the landscape, the city, the houses, the monuments, so scaling down.
Так как Карина, как и ваши студенты, является архитектором, я думаю, что дистанции большой в контексте не будет. Вы тоже увидите и ландшафты, и здания, и город с какой-то такой перспективой архитектурной.
So I use this methodology of photography plus the scaling down that I was mentioning to represent my own territory. But this is not supposed to be the only one. So your students are free to interpret their territory as they feel better, the best way.
Karina, I have to ask you, what is the scaling down? Is there any alternative for this?
You have scales of representation. So from the wide one to the smaller one. So you zoom into a scale.
Okay, thank you. Так, Карина обращалась прежде всего к фотографии и рассматриванию деталей, по деталям города, но это инструменты, которые она использовала. Студенты вольны, вы, коллеги, вольны использовать все, что вы считаете для вашего проекта нужным.
So I also like to underline that it's up also to the creativity of your students and to their lenses towards their territory, their place.
Так как это все завязано на творчестве, поэтому все будет в конце концов сводиться к тому видению, которое есть у авторов.
Okay, so I will share my screen. Simone, devi abilitarmi. You have to allow me to share.
Un attimo, just a moment. Allora. Oh, it should be activate now.
Not yet. Doesn't seem like.
Now?
Nope.
Oh,
No, you turned off my video and audio, but not the screen sharing. I think it's,
okay, now, what about now?
yes, super.
Okay.
Okay. So I have this very short presentation on also the educational activities that we developed in the last years.
Карина представит сейчас небольшую презентацию, которая будет посвящена в том числе образовательным каким-то активностям, которые были созданы за последние годы.
So you perfectly know that we are working for the protection and enhancement of local cultural identities.
Как вам, наверное, известно, мы работаем с тем, чтобы защищать и продвигать и усиливать культурное наследие.
And we start from the point that in the places in which there's the possibility of attracting a number of different cultures, there is a great opportunity. And this picture is showing a very normal pre-COVID day in the Uffizi Gallery Square, one of the most important places for culture and tourism in Florence.
Мы прежде всего начнем с того, что культурное наследие имеет свойство и возможность привлекать разные культуры. И мы поэтому начинаем с одного из таких самых загруженных и важных мест во Флоренции, это Уффици, галерея Уффици, до пандемии, до ковида.
So what we say is that in this public space and in this monument, there's a great power. That is the power of attracting different type of people that go there to enjoy and to learn and to discover a new culture. Mm-hmm. Therefore, they are in the perfect mood for learning something more.
Мы начинаем с того, что конкретно вот это пространство содержит в себе очень большую силу, большой потенциал к тому, чтобы собирать разных людей с разными культурными какими-то бэкграундами, наверное, которые приходят сюда, чтобы насладиться местом, чтобы что-то для себя открыть и учиться. И вот именно это настроение, открытое к обучению, нам любопытно.
So what should they learn more?
И наш вопрос, о чем они должны узнать?
So what we say is that they can learn to dialogue, to exercise their tolerance and their respect that are peaceful, that are essential for peaceful coexistence. And this because if we zoom in this picture, we see so many different backgrounds, so many different stories.
Мы предполагаем, что именно такое пространство должно научить диалогу, толерантности, уважению, которое абсолютно необходимо для сосуществования людей. Если мы всмотримся в эту фотографию, то мы увидим, что в этом месте невероятное количество людей разных культурных бэкграундов.
So with the movement, we wanted to spread this message into different sectors of the society. Therefore, we are targeting individuals, institutions, and companies.
В рамках нашего движения вот эту идею мы пытаемся продвигать через разные группы, через разную аудиторию, такую как отдельные индивиды, отдельные люди, институты и компании.
And we developed all this within the network of institutions, part of the network of the foundation, the Fondazione Romualdo del Bianco, and we developed a research that is active and participatory.
Мы развиваем это движение, развивали его в рамках сети партнеров фонда, институтов, которые являются партнерами, и пришли к тому, что удалось создать исследование продолжающееся.
We published all the results of our research since 2000 in over 40 publications that we shared with the InfoKit for all the members and also for all the members of the Life Beyond Tourism movement that can find it in download on the lifebeyondtourism.org page.
Таким образом, результаты исследования публикуются с 2000 года, их было уже около 40. Мы делимся этими исследованиями в рамках наборов InfoKit, которые отправляются членам фонда и членам движения, а также размещая на сайте lifebeyondtourism.org.
And the last 3 ones are the proceedings of the 2020 forum, in which we collected a very choral discussion on the topic Building Peace Through Heritage, over 140 authors.
Последняя публикация была завязана на форуме 2020 года, и она собрала размышления и обсуждение темы, который звучит примерно таким образом: построение мира через наследие.
So the educational offer that comes from this activity is divided according to the target that we want to tackle.
И таким образом образовательное предложение, которое у нас есть, строится на той аудитории, которой мы адресуем, к которой относимся.
So first we created an e-learning course for businesses and institutions that want to certify their activity for intercultural dialogue.
Прежде всего мы создали онлайн-курс, который был нацелен на бизнес, на институты, которые хотели бы получить сертификат как такие бизнесы, которые продвигают межкультурный диалог.
Then we created a course for trainers, so for professors or for institutions representatives that come to Florence, learn in Florence the main principles, and go back to their own institutions and universities, academies, and teach to the other professors or colleagues what they learned, applying it at the local context.
Далее мы создали курсы, нацеленные на людей преподающих, это и профессоры, и учителя, которые приезжали во Флоренцию, проходили этот курс и, возвращаясь к себе в институт, делились своим опытом с коллегами и переносили этот опыт на местный контекст.
And then we come to university students, that is the activity, the people with whom we started our activity with the foundation's workshops over 30 years ago.
Далее мы обращаемся к студентам, с которыми занимались в рамках деятельности фонда уже более 30 лет.
So because and thanks to the pandemic, we started also an e-learning course dedicated to Life Beyond Tourism.
Таким образом, мы, наверное, в какой-то степени благодаря пандемии создали онлайн-курс, который посвящен движению Life Beyond Tourism.
So for bachelor students in the last years, we started teaching at the Josa International University in Tokyo since 2014, then at the Azerbaijan University of Architecture and Construction, and the University of Economics and Business of Prague.
Относительно студентов бакалавриата мы стали преподавать для них с 2014 года в Интернациональном университете в Токио Джосай, в Университете Азербайджана в 2016 году архитектуры и строительства, и в 2020 году в рамках такого мастер-класса, наверное, в университете экономики и бизнеса в Праге.
In the last years, we were involved in the creation of master curricula for architects, conservators, and urban designers in 2 projects. The first one that ended in 2019, SURE, Sustainable Urban Rehabilitation in Europe, that is now implemented in several polytechnical schools. And the second one that is finishing this year, that is called UNINET, University Network for Cultural Heritage, Integrated Protection, Management and Use.
Последние годы мы были заняты в создании магистерских программ обучения, и в данном случае речь идет о программах для архитекторов, консерваторов и дизайнеров на городском ландшафте. И это можно проследить эту деятельность в рамках программы СУРА 2016-2019 год, а также UNINET, который вот в этом году заканчивается.
Sorry. And the e-learning that we recently created is available on the Udemy platform.
Электронное обучение, которое мы недавно создали, тот самый курс, на данный момент доступно на платформе Udemy.
And it's called the Life Beyond Tourism, Travel to Dialogue, Heritage as a Builder of Peace.
Курс называется Life Beyond Tourism, путешествие к диалогу, наследие как построение мира. Художественное название.
So we start in the course with the definition of heritage and intercultural dialogue. And then we go through the main concepts of life beyond tourism research.
Мы начинаем с того, что определяем, что такое наследие, что такое межнациональный интеркультурный диалог. Далее обращаемся к основным концептам, ориентирам самого движения Life Beyond Tourism и его исследования.
And it's a course thought exactly for architectural and urban design students, because it wants to decline the opportunity of intercultural dialogue into the design process.
Этот курс непосредственно касается студентов каких-то дисциплин архитектуры и дизайна на городском ландшафте, так как он имплементирует вот это представление об интеркультурном диалоге.
So we have 3 modules. The first one is more an introduction. The second one is on the risk and opportunities of tourism. And the third one, it's about the Life Beyond Tourism Award.
В рамках курса есть 3 части, 3 модуля. Первый — это введение в курс и знакомство с терминологией. Второй этап — это обсуждение рисков и возможностей с точки зрения туризма и его влияния. И третий касается конкретно движения Life Beyond Tourism и того, как применяется это все в рамках этого движения.
And we also have programs for children, now suspended, of course, but that will come back soon, we hope.
У нас также есть программы для детей. Конечно, на данный момент они несколько отложены, но мы планируем вернуться.
And we always have this need of sharing and confronting with other experts of the network and new ones.
Мы признаем за собой такую постоянную нужду в том, чтобы делиться и в том, чтобы встречаться с экспертами и продвигать то, чем мы занимаемся.
So we go to conferences and we organize conferences in Florence, like ICOMOS International Scientific Committees, and also General Assembly and Symposium.
Да, поэтому мы организовываем сами, участвуем также, но организовываем такие конференции, как ИКОМОС во Флоренции или вот Генеральная ассамблея, симпозиумы.
So for this last one, we decided for 2021 to have a program that will be online and that will be spread in many months with a series of appointments. You will receive, we are formulating now the program and you will receive more information about this.
Что касается последнего, мы для 2021 года разрабатываем программу, онлайн-программу, которая будет состоять из нескольких череды таких встреч. Я думаю, что вы вскоре получите более детальную информацию об этой программе.
And about this, I will show you a short video about the last General Assembly and Symposium that we could held in presence. And Anastasia, could you please tell me if you hear the sound?
Okay. No, first of all.
You could.
Yes, it's great. Прежде всего, мы сейчас попытаемся вам показать последнюю Генеральную ассамблею симпозиум, которую удалось провести вот до пандемии.
So this was just to remember those times that we hope will come back very soon.
Ну, это чтобы вспомнить те времена, которые, мы надеемся, очень скоро вернутся.
And I leave you with an invitation that is extendable to everybody, also to the students and all the professors. So during the last General Assembly, 2019, we created an appeal to the international community that is called Building Peace Through Heritage, to raise the awareness on the importance of heritage in promoting opportunities of intercultural dialogue. You find it on the website, latviantourist.org, and I think it's interesting also just to read it, but for those who want also to sign it.
Напоследок я хочу оставить вам такое обращение с сайта latviantourism.org. Это такой собранный сборник обращений к интернациональному всемирному сообществу, который называется «Всемирное наследие как строитель мира». Было опубликовано в 2019 году. Это обращение и к студентам, и к профессорам. Я думаю, что любопытно было бы почитать, вот, обратиться к этому сборнику.
So thank you. I'm at disposal for answering, and thank you, Anastasia, for your translation.
My pleasure. Коллеги, спасибо вам за внимание. Я думаю, что, опять же, мы вас приглашаем задавать вопросы, воспользоваться возможностью задать вопросы Карине.
Есть еще один вопрос к Карине. Я хотела уточнить, фотографии, которые могут использовать студенты, должны быть именно авторскими или они могут воспользоваться существующими ресурсами на территории Кыргызстана?
Yeah, so I think it's a question to all of us. So Gauhar would like to clarify whether the photographs, the photos that students are going to use have to be original, that is, belong to the students as the authors, or they can use some resources that they have access to in Kyrgyzstan.
I think that it would be better if it was their own pictures, but in case there's a special need of using some others, they need to have the permissions, of course.
Я думаю, что прежде всего было бы хорошо, чтобы это были авторские фотографии, но если будет необходимость воспользоваться фотографиями, воспользоваться чем-то другим, принципиально важно, чтобы было официальное разрешение на пользование этим материалом.
Хорошо, спасибо. Я выясняю, потому что сейчас у нас введен карантин, и мы ограничены в своих возможностях передвижения. Поэтому, в принципе, если будет снят вот этот вот запрет на использование существующих ресурсов, нам было бы проще, потому что мы не знаем, как долго продлится локдаун и когда нормализуется ситуация.
So Gauhar is clarifying it specifically because in the country they also have lockdown right now, and the movement is limited in the moment. So so the assumption is if there is a possibility to use the resources that are already there, it may be easier for the students in case the lockdown doesn't, doesn't what do you call it, doesn't finish.
Yeah.
That's clear. That's clear. Другой вопрос, дорогие друзья? Это все?
Коллеги, задавайте вопросы, которые вас интересуют.
Anastasia?
No, that's just Gauhar addressing her colleagues to be more active.
Yeah.
Может быть, кто-то из студентов хочет задать вопрос нам. Я с удовольствием помогу, переведу все.
We can say, dear Anastasia, that we have opened also the program for internship, and you are the best evidence of that.
Вот, в частности, можем поговорить о моем случае стажировки. Я могла бы ответить на какие-то вопросы касательно стажировки с фондом. Поэтому не упускайте возможность. Студенты, коллеги.
Can you hear me? I have a question. I'm a student. Yeah.
I do hear you.
What is the deadline for application? Like, I wonder how much deadlines.
Unfortunately, the sound is very low.
She was asking the deadline.
The deadline, I see.
Yeah.
For producing the storytelling, I guess.
Yes, for producing the storytelling and the pictures.
Yes. Let me say that in the call for participation that we are issuing, the deadline is at the 30th of September. But our main purpose for these initiatives is to give evidence and international visibility to those commitments, those works of students. Probably, Anastasia, can I ask you further?
Translation?
Yes. So
I was pretty sure that this is a dialogue because the person was asking, but can you please briefly...
Okay, again. So formally, the deadline that will be mentioned in the going to be issued call for participation will be the 30th of September.
30.
Okay.
Yeah. Формально дедлайн, который вы увидите в приглашении, в рассылке с приглашением поучаствовать в фестивале будет сентябрь 30 сентября.
But as you have seen from Georgian students, our main outcome is to give as soon as possible a visibility to those works.
Но, как вы видели на примере с грузинскими студентами, наша основная задача как можно быстрее дать видимость этим работам и публиковать их тем самым.
We have posted these works from Georgia in our social media. We are in newsletter because we think that it's important to give visibility to the works of the students as soon as they have prepared.
Мы опубликовали эти работы уже через свои социальные сети и через новостную рассылку. И мы, правда, считаем, что это важно на самых ранних этапах, как только работы готовы, дать им, опубликовать это, и чтобы они были увидены.
In few words, the earlier we receive those works, the earlier we start in disseminating in our network of universities. And this is a sort of acknowledgement, a prestige for the university itself.
Чем раньше мы получаем работы, тем быстрее мы можем поделиться ими, и это такого рода привилегия для университета, что вас увидят быстрее.
Другой вопрос?
Похоже, все вопросы исчерпаны.
It seems like there are no other questions.
Okay, so I think that we can conclude this first step of our collaboration in the framework of Back to Life project. The next one, I hope that will be the opening of the exhibition in your university as soon as the situation will permit it, of course.
Я думаю, что на данном этапе мы с вами заканчиваем такой первый шаг в рамках вашего участия в проекте Back to Life. Я думаю, следующая встреча наша с вами будет в рамках открытия выставки в вашем институте. Конечно, как только это станет возможным физически и не будет никаких ограничений на этот счет.
And in any cases, this is a promise from me. I will be side by you for any other questions, and I will accompany you in the participation of Kyrgyzstan in this project.
И тем временем я могу пообещать вам, что я буду всегда на связи и что смогу вам помогать в вашем участии ГУСТа в нашем проекте.
That's all. So, дорогие друзья.
I see a question box.
Just a moment.
Sorry, Simona, there is a question, I guess, in the chat box.
Yeah, how
they can write me.
Попробуйте написать.
I am writing my address.
Симона сейчас поделится своим адресом. Вы можете написать.
Of course, there are some waiting lists now because there are also students from Poland and from Italy, of course. But the soon someone apply, the soon the decision will be taken.
Конечно, натуральным, таким естественным образом формируется такой лист ожидания студентов из Польши, студентов из Италии, в том числе и других университетов-партнеров. Но чем раньше вы попробуете написать, тем больше шансов
And of course, this is an important detail. It is necessary to conceive this internship in the framework of Erasmus Plus Mobility.
Важный момент. Эта стажировка должна быть организована в рамках программы Erasmus. Erasmus+.
But I know that this program is valid also for non-European universities.
Я знаю, что эта программа доступна и неевропейским университетам. Что имеете в виду?
So, dear friends, я благодарю вас за ваше знание, внимание. Я желаю вас много успехов и счастья и любовь. И, конечно, мы подождем вас на Флоренции за наш проект Back to Life, Revitalization of Places Post-COVID-19.
Grazie, signor Gianetti, and arrivederci.
Oh, молодец, молодец. I have been very pleased to meet you, Madame Galmaurzaeva, and of course, Belek, my хороший друг. Спасибо,
I'm glad
спасибо.
to see you. Спасибо to you for this meeting, for our students, for information, all of you. But I hope in September lockdown is closed everywhere, and in Kyrgyzstan and Italy too.
Yeah. Send my best regards also to Amir.
Oh, thank you.
And of course, our friendship is stronger than COVID, but must be fed by meet each other from time to time.
Yes, sure.
So,
see you future. Thank you.
Thank you, Corinna, for your participation, and thank you very much,
Marina.
Anastasia. You have been so
Anastasia.
precious.
Я большое спасибо за участие.
Bye.
Привет всем. Привет всем. Пока.
Пока.
Bye-bye.